What about you? Annie Brown? Blessing was blessing here. I am not saying her name. Hadassah. Hadassah was here, right? Yeah. And some of you have changed your name again. You see, this is the problem. You guys change your name on Zoom so that I don't know. I'm seeing you, eh? But okay. No problem. So we're going to start our class. Just let us do a simple, quick prayer. And then we start our class today on the topic of Dana. For when we understand Dana, we'll be able to understand many things on life and why certain things happen and the importance of why this is there. So the topic today is called Dana. Dana is actually the secret of God and man. That is the topic for today. But before I start, so a quick prayer. So I believe some of you already know our mantra recitation prayers and everything like that. So let's just get ourselves in the mood. So please unmute yourself, but please turn on your video so I can see your wonderful faces. It is hot. Is it hot where you are? It is very hot over here. It's not hot where you are. Amazing. It is hot here in Mauritius. Although it's an ocean, it's an island, but it is humid around this period. So, okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai, Govinda Jai, Gopala Jai, Govinda Jai, Gopala Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Twameva Sharanam, Mama Deva, Deva, Twameva Mata Japitam, Twameva, Twameva Bandhu Jasaka, Twameva, Twameva Vidya Dravinam, Twameva, Twameva Sharanam, Mama Deva, Deva, Twameva Sharanam, Mama Deva, Deva, Twameva Sharanam, Mama Deva, Deva, Om Jnana Timirandasya, Jnanam Jnanam Salakaya, Chakshurumilitam Yena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Dev Maheshwaram, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, many of you are already very familiar with my national anthem. And because I believe many of you are familiar with the national anthem, wherever you are, I want you to sing it according to your own pace. For there is nothing we can do in this life without grace. Grace is what holds us. Grace is what binds us. Grace is what makes us to fall down. And grace is what makes you to climb up. So, yeah, let's sing together. Alright? Amazing grace, I sing thy song, that saved a soul like me. I was once lost, but now I am found. Thank you all very much for joining me today, being present with us, and all. Today is a Friday. It is the 6th of February. Wow. You started January, now you are in February. How quickly the year is running. Now, many of you are already feeling frustrated with the year. Many of you are like, let me keep managing it. Oh, same thing again and again and all of that. But it is just how it is. There's nothing much you can do about it. It is just what it is. But in everything, money, you will lose. Finance, you will lose. People, you will lose. But you must not lose your character. Do you understand? Money, you will lose. It is okay to lose it. People, you will lose. It is okay to lose people. People will speak negative to you. People will speak harshly to you. But you must not lose your character. Make sure that becomes a part of your life this whole year. It is okay when people take from you. It is okay when you lose things. Don't get sad. Don't get morose. Don't get disturbed. Don't get angry. Don't get frustrated. Why did I lose this? I was depending on this and now I lost it. No, don't do that. Don't lose your character. Because when you lose your character, it is difficult to get it back. What did I say? When character is lost, everything is lost. When money is lost, nothing is lost. When property is lost, nothing is lost. Because it will come back. But when character is lost, everything is what? Is lost. And for your character not to be lost, you must be mindful of your communication with people this year. You must cautiously watch yourself while communicating with people. You must cautiously catch yourself while communicating with people, that you don't make mistake. That makes you to lose your character. Because when it's gone, it does not come back again. And that forms the basis of our conversation today. Today we are going to be speaking on Dana. The secret, the cosmic secret of God and man. This cosmic secret of God and man is what binds man. Is what binds me. Is what binds you. Now many of you be like, what is Dana? What is Dana? Dana is a Sanskrit word. Sanskrit. And because the Sanskrit word, Dana means charity. Giving. Please, I want you to write down. I don't want you to just participate in the classes without not taking down notes. You must be taking down notes. You must be writing down for you to refer back to, because it will help you. It will help you tremendously. So, Dana means charity. Charity is the currency that makes the universe to flow. It is the currency, it is the life air that keeps everything in the universe in balance. When there is no charity, everything in the universe is in frustration. Everything in the universe is, not stable. So, to every one of you that is joining us, please, I humbly beg you, so as not to disturb your fellow students that are in the class, please keep your phone muted. I beg you. It is a very simple courtesy. Please keep your phone muted, but turn on your camera because I want to see your face. When the student is in the class, the student must look at the teacher, and the teacher must also look at the students. I know that all of you are very beautiful, and I know that some of you are camera shy. You know, me, I'm not so beautiful. I'm not handsome, but I want to be seeing your face so that, you know, it gives me momentum and morale, you know, to talk. So please turn on your video, you know, I beg you all. Okay. Before we start, let us quickly go through, you know, the 5 purposes of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation. How many of you is familiar with the 5 purposes of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation? Let me see your hand up. How many of you is familiar? Show me your visual hand or visual thumbs up if you're familiar with the 5 purposes of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation. I have been repeating it every time in all our meetings. So how many of you is familiar with the 5 purposes of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation? You are members of Sukhavani. So are you familiar with the 5 purposes of it? You see, it means that when I send message into the group, you don't look at the message. Huh? Oh, Blessing Odudu is familiar with it. Very nice. Blessing, tell me. I want to hear from you. What is the 5 purposes of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation? Please tell us. What is the 5 purposes of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation? Now, many of you will quickly want to take your phone and go to the WhatsApp and like, let me see. What are the 5 purposes of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation? Well, to many of you that want to do that, but you may like, okay, where do I find it? It's very simple. Go to your phone, go to the document in your phone. You will go to the medias. When you click on the medias, you're going to see documents. In those documents, there are files that have been sent into the group. Click on the files. When you click on the files, you're going to see, you know, the purpose, Sukhavani mission statement. So yes, Miss Blessing, what is the first purpose of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation? I want to hear from you, please. Oh, you guys are still searching. Look at that. My students. Oh my God. Please, I want you to read the purpose of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation. I want you to read the rules and regulations of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation. This is going to be the assignment for this week. Read and understand it so that next week you can say it. Okay, the first purpose of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation is to enlighten the minds of common men. That is basically what, when you turn on our WhatsApp, that is basically what you will see. Is it not? To enlighten the minds of common men. Number 2, to be a beacon of hope, guiding troubled minds back to the path of truthful and sincere living. Number 3, to simplify ancient mysteries. Many of the mysteries that you guys have been hearing about, to make it simple. To simplify it, to make it simple for easy understanding. That is one of the purposes of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation. Number 4 is to help people find the light within themselves. Of what use is lighting a lamp for people if they don't know how to turn on that light inside of themselves? And this is one of the main purposes of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation, which is to help people find the light that is within themselves. Number 4, the 5th purpose is to be a steady light that shines for others to find themselves, which is after you've light the lamp inside of yourself and the light is shining, now to steady that light so that others can also see that light and also light their own lamp within themselves. So many of you are getting tired. To make you not to be tired, everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. You're tired. You're tired. You're yawning. Stand up. Keep your phone in front of you where you can see me properly. Okay? Very good. Stand up. Stand up. Everybody stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. If you are driving, it's okay. But Stand up. I see you also, Terian. Stand up. Clinton, I'm seeing you. Stand up. Don't think I'm not looking at all of you. I'm seeing all of you. And to all of you that keep your camera muted, that is not good. All right? If you're happy and you know, jump up. If you're happy and you know, jump up. Jump up. If you're happy and you know, jump up. If you're happy and you know, jump up. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know, jump up. If you're happy, Adasa, why are you not jumping up? You're sitting down. I'm seeing you. Jump up, Adasa. If you're happy and you know, jump up. If you're happy and you know, jump up. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know, jump up. If you're happy and you know, shake your body. If you're happy and you know, shake your body, yeah. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know, shake your body. If you're happy and you know, say hoorah! If you're happy and you know, say hoorah! If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know, say hoorah! Now you can sit down. You see? Very good. That's taking away your tiredness. Okay, so Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so Dana, the secret of gods and men. For some days I have been contemplating on this particular topic. The reason why I contemplated on this particular topic is because it is among the 4 orders or the 3 commandments that was given by the creator of the universe. The most important of this commandment is this particular one, Dana. Some years ago, I told you about the 3 triangle of the human existence, which the creator, the architect of this universe, gave to men, to demons, and to celestial beings. To men, he specifically informed that man should do Dana. Dharma, Dana, Daya. These are the 3 triangles. You must do religious activities. You must do your duty, Dharma, your duty. You must do duty. You must be compassionate and you must be charitable. These are the 3 triangles of a human existence. And these are also what is torturing and bringing a lot of misfortune into the life of many people. This is basically what every human struggles with. We struggle with doing our duty because we don't even know what is our duty. We struggle with being compassionate. We want compassion from people, but we struggle with giving compassion to people. For every compassion that we give to people is tinted with something that we want from people. And this becomes our struggle. This becomes it becomes that which creates the repetition of the cycle of destiny. Don't forget, it is not because you don't love God that is why you are being punished. No. It is because we consciously deviate from these 3 simple truths, these 3 simple guidelines that the architect of this universe. Now, many of you be like, who is the architect of this universe? He is not called God. He is called Brahma. Just like a man that builds a house, the engineer of this house, he tells you this structure, if you want to know how to navigate this structure, you must have the manual, isn't it? This manual was written in a scripture called Manu Smriti. Manu what? Smriti. Manu means man. Smriti means, stories or instruction. of man, which is basically the dictionary, or you call it the manual of existence. And in this manual of existence, there are certain code and ethics that is being given. If you want to live a life that has no struggle, if you want to live a life that is free of stress, you want to live a life that will free you from the bondage of repetitive actions, then you must follow these 3 precepts, these 3 points, which is what? You must do your duty without complaining. You must be compassionate with people without grudging or without being being favorite or being selective of who you will give your compassion to. And you must be charitable. You must be what? Charitable. These are the 3 struggles of a human existence. This is the reason why your finances are not staying with you. This is the reason why your life is not stable. And this basically is what you are looking for when you keep going to a different astrologer, different teachers, different guides. Is basically what you're looking for. What is my duty? What is my career? Which you call what is your purpose? How do I know my purpose? How do I know what duty I'm supposed to do? How do I have satisfaction? You might be doing a job, but you may not be satisfied with the job. Because what is satisfaction? Satisfaction simply means what does not give you mental stress, that you are able to wake up and you're doing it every day without no mental stress. That is satisfaction, because you do it even when you wake up when they wake you out of bed, hey, come and do this thing. You wake up and you joyfully do it without not grudgingly. And how do I maintain my finances? And the ancient says, to maintain your finance, you must do something. But you must do it in a certain way. And that is the secret. Which is what? Charity. How do I become charitable? What is charity? If you look into the universe, you look into the cosmos, you look how life flows. Everything that we do in our life is all based on give and taking. That is the foundation of life. Give and taking. If you look at it from the most simple fact of even you breathing, your breath is a give and take. There is no payment in your breath. You have to give something and then you get something. The oxygen you get is you have to give the carbon dioxide inside of you to be able to receive the oxygen. Is it not? Absolutely correct. For the tree to be nourished, the tree has to give its leaves. It has to give its leaves to the soil for it to become manure, and the soil gives it back again to the tree as nutrient. Is it not? You see the flow of life. The tree does not complain in giving its leaves to the soil. Imagine when the tree starts being selective. Oh, I don't want to give my leaf to this soil. I don't like this soil. Who is going to suffer? Is it the soil that will suffer? Or it is the tree that will suffer? Of course, it is the tree that will suffer. Because if it does not give, it is not going to get. So everything in the universe, from the beginning of creation to the ending of creation, is simply pointing at this simple truth. If you want to receive from the infinite, you must be ready to give. But if you don't give, you are blocking the flow of life. You are blocking the flow of life, and because you block the flow of life, life then becomes miserable. Life then becomes filled with pain. Pain is natural, but it becomes filled with suffering. it becomes filled with blockages. It becomes filled with so many mental stresses that we don't know why they are there. And this is also encoded in your horoscope. Why are you born a Leo? Why are you born an Aries? Why are you born a Gemini? What did you do in your past life that made it that in this lifetime you were born in this horoscope? I think I need to record this down as a podcast. What did you do in your past life that made you to be born in this life as an Aries? What did you do in your past life that made it that in this life you are going to be born as a Taurus? What did you do in your past life that made it that you are going to be born as a Gemini, as a Cancer, as a Leo, as a Virgo, as Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces? All of this birth month and this zodiacus, we call it zodiacus, the animals of men. All of these zodiacs that you are born in are carriers of things you have done in your past life that now become the punishment that you have to pay in this life. I really wish you are listening to me attentively, for whatever it is I'm about to tell you right now will help you a lot. It will help you a lot in understanding. Many people say, well, I don't choose the day I was born. You did not choose it, but your activities of your past life chose them. And that is why you must understand that your horoscope speaks more, not of the blessings you will get, but of the punishment you will experience. Are you understanding? The date, the month you were born. Why are you born as a Scorpio? Why are you born as a Leo? Why are you born as an Aries? It speaks more of your punishment than your blessing. For punishment are nothing but what? The accumulations of events, things that you've done in your past life that now become fructified. Now, when we talk about past life, we're speaking about so many past lives. Don't think that you are born an Aries, so this is just it. You've been born in many zodiac signs. And in many zodiac signs that you've been born, you've done certain things that have accumulated, and that is why in this lifetime now you are born and put in this particular sign. For you to pay off those debts, those paying off of those debts now becomes the charity you have to do. And if you don't do them, there becomes the punishment that continuously make you stressed out in this lifetime. So you see, this is the secret of the gods. This is the secret of why you are born in a particular sign. Demystifying this secret, meaning what I mean by demystifying this secret is when you look deeper into these signs, when you look deeper into these zodiacs, you come to start seeing a pattern that they are telling. Irrespective of whether you say, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Hindu, I don't believe in any of this. Irrespective of that, you were born in a month. Why were you born in a particular month? Have you asked yourself that? Why, of all the months, you were born in a particular day? Many people are from Ghana. So you are born on Tuesday, you say, okay, this is this. If you are born on Monday, I don't know. If you are born on Wednesday, you say no. On Thursday, you say yeah, right? On Wednesday, is it coffee or is it Kwame? Something like that. I don't know. I forgot. But all the days of the week you are born carries a signature of a punishment. Why were you born on those days? What is those days telling you? I know for a fact, many of us, we've read so many things. We've seen so many things. We've come across so many informations. But this I'm about to tell you, you've not come across it. Because it goes deeper. It is basically like looking at what you have done in your past life and telling you why you are born in this zodiac so that you can consciously rectify it. For when you don't consciously rectify it, it becomes the reasons of the many mental stress, the reasons of the many punishments that you are going to experience in this lifetime. But before we get to that, let us look into Dana. Dana functions in the same way as wealth, food, knowledge, protection. When Dana is offered without grasping or without expectations, it becomes tripled into blessing. But there are certain people that charity must be given to. And that is why, as a human being, it is a must that you must try to give charity to your ancestors, to give charity to a teacher, to give charity to a lover, to give charity to the king, which is the government, and to give charity to everyone that is being born as, that is living in the same environment as you. For all of these people are the carrier, the signatures that carries what? The pain, the sufferings that you are going to experience. Now, when we look at this, you also see it corresponds to practically everything that is written in many holy scriptures. Give your tithe, give your offering. Give your tithe, give your offering. Give your tithe, give your offering. Well, indeed, truly, this word charity has been abused by many people. And because it has been abused by many people, it no longer carries the authenticity or the uniqueness of what it truly embodies. And because of this abuse that it has carried, many people have decided not to give, have decided to keep to themselves. But the thing is, when you keep to yourself, you are blocking the flow. It's just like, imagine holding your breath and you refuse to breathe out. What is going to happen? You will suffocate, isn't it? So when you breathe in, your body also gives out the exact amount of air that you've inhaled. It does not give out less than what you've inhaled. It does not give out more than what you've inhaled. And that is why you will see you're breathing in, you're breathing out. It is happening so simultaneously that even you are unaware of it. It is happening so simultaneously because what? Excuse me. Even you are unaware of it. For that is the movement of the universe. It is called the flow of life, the prana. Prana means the life air, the air that keeps everything in motion. If you have a car and the car is not being properly serviced, a question, do you drive the car or the car drives you? Question to you guys. Do you drive the car or the car drives you? Many people say, well, I drive the car. No, you don't drive the car. It is the car that is driving you. We're like, how? But it is the truth. You are seated only in one place, and the car is driving you all through the place that you are seated. But now when we start thinking that I am the driver of the car, we start getting confused. We start thinking that I am the one. But because the car is driving you, you must also show your appreciation by doing what? Taking care of it. For when you don't do that, the car becomes problematic. So when you start doing so many prayers, oh, let me remove bad eye from my car. Let me remove. There are some certain rituals that, we do. It is important to do these rituals when you buy a new thing to remove negative eyes. But basically, what is negative eyes? Negative eyes is the frustrations of people not owning what you have. That is basically what is negative eye. If you are to really look at it in the right terms of defining it, it is basically what? The frustration of people, or your frustration towards people not having or not getting what they already have. That is basically what jealousy is. So to remove the negative eyes of people from your car, we do so many rituals in the beginning of buying the car. But even after doing that, you also have to do your own part, isn't it? And what is that part? The part of you being generous. Generous means you have to fuel the car. Because it's a give and take. If you don't fuel it, it is not going to take you anywhere. If you don't service it, it will crash. And when it crashes, you overspend. Because overspending simply means you need to restart the process so that the generosity can continue. And this is basically the concept of our prayers to God. Everything that we are praying to, even our relationship with God, whether you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, irrespective of whatever religion you follow, it is all about what? Charity. For you to get the blessings of the God, you must also be what? Charitable. Is it not? Which means you must give something to God to receive something from Him. So saying that I am the child of God, it makes no sense. I am the child of God, but yes, you must also do something to be able to receive. And what are those things that need to be done? Whether you are praying or you are fasting, it is basically what? The exchange of energy for another energy, isn't it? And that is charity, which is basically giving. You must give your effort, which is in terms of your fasting. You must give your effort in terms of your energy, in terms of your praying, to be able to receive something. And this is also where the point of sacrifice comes in the ancient days, where people want something from God, so they go to sacrifice, certain things to continue the flow. So I'm giving this charity of this goat, or I'm giving this charity of this fowl, or I'm giving this charity of this, whatever it is, to this God, so that it blesses me back. You see that? But without charity, nothing in the universe can function. When we talk about charity, so many people may be like, okay, maybe it just simply means giving. But yeah, in truth, it just simply means that. But giving is what makes life, is basically the oil that makes everything in the universe to function. But when giving is not done, then life becomes extremely frustrated. Now, I want you to look at yourself. Look at yourself, look at your life, look at the events that are happening in your life, and see the mental frustrations that are coming to you. It is all related to not giving. Are you understanding my point? Now, don't feel like, but I used to give to people. I give freely to people, but giving must be done with intelligence. Giving must be done with intelligence. It must be done with right understanding. It also must be done without expectation. But when giving is done with an expectation, when it is not given with right intelligence, then that giving now becomes a burden. And the basic foundation of everything in life is to give rightly and to the right people. And the Holy Scriptures in all times, since the beginning of time, says, you must give, like I said in the beginning, you must give to the president, to the governor, or to the leader, or the king. Why? Because it is the one that is protecting your environment. For if you don't give it, the universe finds a way to take it back from you. You must give to whoever is your teacher. For whatever knowledge you are getting is not just coming to you like that. But when you don't give, that knowledge now becomes a poison. Are you understanding? That knowledge now becomes what? A poison. And that is why giving to the teacher becomes a help. For whatever is being given to, even the relationship between the student and the teacher is also that of what? Giving and taking. Whether it is the relationship between the mother and the child, the husband and the wife, the father and the wife, it is all about what? Giving and taking. Everything that is in this universe is in synergy with that. But whenever your life starts becoming unstable, whenever your finances start becoming stuck, whenever you start seeing that things is not functioning very well for you, the first question to ask is not, where is this coming from? Who is doing this? The first question to look at is, where am I not giving? Do you understand? Which part? Where is it that I am not being charitable? For the part that you are not being charitable is the place where the blockage is. Just like if a flow of water, the essence of water is to flow, isn't it? But when something blocks the flow, what is going to happen? The other side that the water is supposed to flow to, it will be dry off because it is blocked. So also inside of us, it's a flow, a continuous flow. But when there is a blockage to this flow, we start feeling the dryness. And that dryness comes in mental frustrations. It comes in the natures of how people behave with us. It comes in many of the frustrations. And all of this is also now encoded in your birth details. So giving to teacher is very important. Giving to king, which is in paying your tax. Pay your tax. I've said it many times to many of you to always pay your tax. Why should I pay my tax? The king is already a thief, is already a cheater. So why should I give to a cheater? You should do it, because if you don't pay your tax, the universe will take it from you 100 times more. 100 times more. Give also to your parents. To give to your parents, even if you don't have monetarily, but give respect. Giving is not mainly about monetary. Giving is about respect. It's about the relationship. It's not just only about the relationship also, but it's about the connectivity of our words. For when you are giving, even when you are speaking to somebody, what are you really doing? You are giving to that person. With your words, you are giving to somebody. For your word can be an elixir of life to somebody. Just by hearing your word, I don't know, but what you just said right now, it touched me. And I feel those happy within. So giving. And that is why the ancient teacher says, when you want to speak to somebody, you must always ask yourself, what I'm about to say to this person, will it be helpful to this person? Will it be helpful to me? Is it true? Or is it a lie? Do you understand what I said? You must always ask yourself these 4 questions. What I'm about to say to this person, will it be helpful to this person? Will it be helpful for me? Is it the truth or is it a lie? For when you don't examine yourself with these 4, turning questions, then whatever you say, instead of it becoming helpful, it becomes a punishment. And even after you've asked yourself, is it going to be helpful to me what I'm about to say to the person? You must also ask yourself, am I finding it helpful to me because I want to take advantage or I genuinely want to do? You must always ask these questions. For when this is not asked, it becomes what dries the well of destiny. And because it becomes what dries the well of destiny, it becomes that which makes life becomes difficult. And we see this in the examples of what is written in the Karma Vipaka Purana. For it's basically a strong expose from the god of death that speaks about why do certain people die in certain ways? Why are certain people born in certain ways? Why is it that you were born in a place that there is light and some people are born in a thick jungle? Why is it that some people are born in the toilet and some people are born on the way to the hospital? Why is it that some children are born and their parents die? Maybe the father died after the birth, immediately after the birth of the child. And why is it that sometimes the mother dies immediately after the birth of the child? Or somebody related to the father died the same day the child was born. Many of you've heard about circumstances like this, isn't it? Or somebody related to the mother, maybe the grandmother died the same day the child was born. Or the grandfather died the same day the child was born. What influences all of this? What the kinds of people that are present the day you were being born, that were the one attending to your mother, is also influenced by all of this. The god of death, the one that is in charge, we call him the superintendent of death, we call him Yama. Yama was given an expose when he was speaking to Naichiketa. Naichiketa was asking him, what is the Atman? What is it that makes a person to avoid negative karmas in life? What is it that is to be realized, that when a man realizes that, it transforms everything about his destiny? The god of death says, only the man that starts paying attention to inquiring and wanting to connect with the Atman. What is the Atman? The Atman means the soul. And those things in accordance to the will of the Atman, which is the soul. Only such a man becomes free of the punishment of what? Of karma. But a man that does not do anything in regards to that is punished 24 hours by karma. Now, karma is not just limited only to him, but that's those of others also. Which also boils down to, why did you meet your husband or your spouses in the places you meet them? Everything that happens in your life are nothing but a fruit of a seed that was planted years ago. So I want you to look at your life. Look at the different stages of your life. The different people you've met. The different events that has happened in your life. They are all seeds. So it is not actually the planting. It is the fruit of something that was planted many years ago. And because it is the fruit of many things that were planted many years ago, you are reaping it. It is not that the universe punishes. It is not that the universe is unfair. It is not that God is unfair. It is not that your ancestors are unfair. It is not that your father is unfair. It is just the fruit. The fruit of the many things that you have planted that is now being germinated. And this fruit is also encoded in your horoscope. Look at it. Your parents give birth to children. Many of us, we have 5 siblings. Many of us, we have 2 siblings. Many of us, we are the only child. But look at, even all your siblings were not born the same day as you. They were not born. Some of your siblings are not even born in the same horoscope as you were born. Even your own parents were not born in the same horoscope as you were born. Sometimes it happens that, we share the same horoscope with our parents. We share the same horoscope with our siblings. But the punishment is always different. And the horoscope, it becomes that which helps you to see this punishment. Now, I know that many of you have been like, okay, tell me, I want to know what is this punishment so that I can understand it. Now, let us look at it down. Food. To give food to somebody, it restores vitality. That is truth. Giving cloth restores dignity. To give shelter to somebody restores safety. And to give knowledge to people restores what? Clarity. So the ancient teacher says, when a teacher teaches you and gives you knowledge, For every knowledge you get from the teacher, you must give something to the teacher. For when you don't give, it becomes a punishment upon you later on. For the teacher, he's paying his own debt. But when you don't pay back to the teacher, oh, life becomes miserable. Life becomes what? Extremely cruel to the individual. For when knowledge, and how do you give to the teacher? Most often it's not about monetary. Most often it's about following strictly to what the teacher has said. For the knowledge that is given gives clarity. But for that clarity, you need to pay something for it. But when you don't pay for it, then no matter how many knowledge you get, your mental frustration, your mental anxiety, your mental stress never goes away. Are you following me? Are you understanding me with intelligence, not with emotion? So now, the terrifying nature of all of this is that many of us will be like, but I don't know why, my life needs to be stable. But it carries a signature. For example, how many of you that is listening to me is born in Aries? Show me your visual thumbs up. How many of you, are you born in Aries? Good. Are you born in Taurus? Taurus? Gemini? Capricorn? Virgo? Libra? Sagittarius? I see. Sagittarius. Scorpio? I see. Scorpio. Wonderful. Capricorn? Aquarius? Pisces? I see. So you see, many of us, we are born in different horoscopy for a reason. And all of this horoscopy are all definition of what we have done wrong. And when you understand what you've done wrong, you'll be able to start amending yourself. So if a man is born in Aries, this Aries is born out of the karma of force and impulse. Force and impulse. And that is why in this lifetime, the karma that is ripened here is because in the past life, the individual was violent, impatient, and misuses strength. Are you understanding? Please, I want you to listen attentively to what I'm teaching you, for it is your benefit. Any man that is born in what? In Aries was violent, was impulsive, was impatient, and misuses their strength. And because they acted first without reflecting, their karma appears as accident in this lifetime, especially with the head. It will appear as fevers and head injuries often. And that is why you see many people that are Aries, 95% of their sickness is always head injuries. Because what? They use strength, misuse their strength. And they did not protect people that were supposed to be protected. And because they did not protect people that were supposed to be protected, you will see that in this lifetime, for one reason or the other, Aries wants to stand and fight. But they don't know why. Especially when they sense an injustice. They want to jump up instantly and fight. But they don't know what is it that is pushing them to want to quickly jump to that. And hence, the karma that they have to pay is to give courage to others, to give, and also to learn to restrain themselves. From when they don't do this, the universe starts punishing them extremely. To give without dominating other people. To do without dominating people. That is the karma that they have to pay in this lifetime. But when they don't give, And then when they give and they want to dominate people, then it becomes a punishment, an extreme punishment. When a woman or a man is born in Taros, the reason why you are born in Taros was because you were extremely possessive. You withheld food from people in your past life. You withheld money from people. You took people's land in your past life. And not just only taking people's land, you also withheld affection. And still you stole. Many people don't like this, but it is a fact. Being born in Taros means in your past life, you withheld food, you withheld money, you withheld land, you cunningly took people's possession, which is like stealing from people in your past life. And that is why in this lifetime, many people that are born as Taros, they will have what is called unsatiable hunger. They will always be hungry. They will always need to eat food. So when you see Taros, he's always wanting to eat, like, oh, but why do you like food? I don't know, I'm a Taros, I like food, I like to eat. No, it's because what? In your past life, you withheld food from people. Withholding food from people, and hence the karma in this lifetime will always be surrounded around about what? Security for money. So you see many Taros, they want that money, they want that financial security. They are always they are always very restless when there is no financial security. So they want it. Now, many of you be like, but this goes on to all other horoscopes. No. The magnanimity is different for different horoscopes. So in this lifetime, they want this stability. And hence, the ancient teacher says, for you to counteract that negative ability that you did in your past life, which is not to give, you need to learn to donate food to people continuously. You need to learn to give the charity of cow. Giving charity of money, stability to people is what reverses the negative current. Do you understand? It reverses the negative current of attachment. Not the crime here. The crime here is not that the individual withheld wealth. The crime here was that the individual was very attached to properties in the past life. And because they were very attached to properties in the past life, it becomes what in this lifetime also, they will struggle with it. They will struggle with it a lot in this lifetime. And also becomes what they need to learn to detach from. Else it becomes the continuous struggle to the end of life. If a man or a woman is born in Gemini, why are you born in Gemini? The reason why many people are born in Gemini is because in their past life they gave a lot of false promises. Are you understanding me? They gave a lot of what? False promises. False promises. They stood as false witnesses for people. They gossip. They spoke half truth. And that is why people that are Gemini in this lifetime, you are advised to be very mindful. Do not speak half truth to people. Do not gossip. Do not give false promises. For these were the things you did in your past life, being manipulative with intelligence. And that is why in this lifetime, many people that are Geminis will face a lot of confusion. There will always be this confusion in their life. Mental confusions they will always have. And this mental confusion also brings legal troubles. You will see many people that are Geminis, one thing or the other, they always have legal troubles. Legal troubles with alliances, even with marriage, relationship. And they will have what is called nervous disorder. Do you understand what is nervous disorder? I believe many of you understand what is nervous disorder. The system is always in disorder. Because what? In the past life, they gave false speech. They gossip. They spoke half truth. And they were manipulative with their intelligence. So in this lifetime, you will see a lot of Geminis want to communicate, but it is better to communicate truth, not communicate false. It is better to speak on what you truly know, not speaking on what you halfly know. For when you do this in this lifetime, and you will see most people that are Geminis, these are what they are pulled into. So many people say Geminis can lie. People will say that. Oh, Geminis can lie. Because what? It was what they did in the past life, and it also becomes what, unknowing to them, it becomes what they carry again and again. It becomes what they carry again and again in this lifetime. So the ancient teacher says, when you learn to see this, the truth, the charity you are to do in this lifetime is to do the charity of being truthful. The charity of giving education, the charity, because this charity is what is going to purify you. And that is why I titled today's conversation as Dana, the secret of God and man. For many men don't know. You don't know why were you born in Scorpio? Why were you born in your horoscope? Why? It's not just, oh, well, I'm horoscope, so this is my horoscope, well, this is what it means. No, it means something deeper. Because it carries the imprint of the false charity you've done in your past life. Are you understanding my point, my brothers, my sisters? Are you listening to me with intelligence, not with emotion? Now, when a man is born or a woman is born in Cancer, what did you do in Cancer? That is why you were born in Cancer. What did you do? In your past life, you denied care to your parents. Any man, any woman that is born in Cancer, they denied what? Care to parents, to whoever is their dependent, and also to guests. When people come to visit them, they abandon the guest that comes to visit them. They just leave them there. And in this lifetime, you are warned to be what? To be careful of this. Because in the past life, they denied to care for their parents. The dependents and the children that were looking up to them, they were not there fully for the children, and they abandoned their guests. In this lifetime, they will always suffer from what is called emotional hunger. Am I making sense to you? Are you understanding? They will suffer from what is called what? Emotional hunger. And that is why you're like, oh, Cancer, they are very clingy. They are not always stable. They look calm outside, but inside they are always very, because what? That is what they denied. What you deny to people becomes what you suffer from in this lifetime. It becomes a strong suffering in this lifetime. So if you're a Cancer, you can observe yourself. You can see yourself if you're a Cancer. And hence, the ancient teacher says, because of this, it carries the karma, the territory of karma. And hence, to be able to counteract it, you must continuously give the charity of what? Of food. Give the charity of emotional presence to people. Do not demand it. For many people that are born in Cancer, we demand a lot of emotional presence from people. Well, I want you to be there. I want you to give me that mental comfort, that mental stability. But do not demand it, but give it. For giving it is what is going to clean the tears. Because Cancers, due to what they denied people in their past life, tears will easily fall from their eyes. Are you understanding? Am I making sense to you? Tears will easily do what? Fall from their eyes. But when you are able to give the charity of being emotionally present to people, it's a charity. When you're able to give the charity of being emotionally present to people, tears are not allowed in life, else it becomes flawed in your destiny. When a man is born as a Leo, what did they do? Why are you born as a Leo? What did you do in your past life that made you to be born as a Leo? For there is no horoscope or zodiac that you are born in that is a mistake. No. You are born in that zodiac to face a punishment Not more. The punishment is more, like I said in the beginning, than the blessing. So what did you do that made you to be born as a Leo? Pride, misuse of authority. One misused authority. And hence the ancient teacher says the sign of Leo is the sign of the rascal kings. Do you understand what I mean? Rascal kings. Actually, the word rascal is even very, it's very gentle. It actually means the sign of the cruel kings. Kings that are cruel. Cruel. The cruel, the tyrant, the cruel tyrant, or the mad tyrant. And why did the ancient teachers and the ancient philosophers that have documented the natures of men say that when a man is born in this sign, this because of what he did in his past life, that is why he's suffering this in this lifetime? Let us break it down. People that are born as Leos humiliated people in the past life. You were born in the sign of Leo because you humiliated people in your past life. These are leaders that demanded loyalty without service. They demanded what? Loyalty without service. And hence, in this present lifetime, people that are Leos will most often they will suffer from loss of reputation, betrayals by people. They will give humility to people, but they will not get it back in return. Am I making sense to you? So you will see Leos, they are very loud, they are very elegant, but what they need, what they look for from people is what they want people to be loyal to them. But they will not be able to be, if they don't caution themselves, they will not give that loyalty that they are wanting from people. They will want people to praise them. Because what? That is what they did in their past life. So they will want people to praise them, but they will not give praise back to people. And that becomes the punishment for them in this lifetime. Humility is what, if you are born in the sign of Leo, humility is what you are being told to be in this lifetime. Humility is what you must hold tightly. For that is what you failed at, demanding loyalty without giving service. Do not ask people to be loyal to you when you are not giving something in return to the people. Are you understanding me? My brothers, my sisters. The man is born, or a woman is born in the sign of Virgo. What did they do in their past life that made them to be born in the sign of Virgo? People that are born in the sign of Virgo are people that extracted labor without compassion to people. Do you understand what it means to extract labor without compassion? They made people to work for them, but they were not compassionate to the people that worked for them. They judged other people mercilessly. They judged other people mercilessly. And that is why in this lifetime, the karma of people that are Virgo will always be some illness, debt, and endless dissatisfaction with whatever they do. No matter whatever they do, they will always have some dissatisfaction inside of them. So people say, Virgos are perfectionists. No, they are not perfectionists. It is the endless dissatisfaction, because in their past life, they took service from people without being compassionate. They asked people to do something for them, but they were not compassionate to the people that did something for them. And that becomes their punishment in this lifetime. And hence, the ancient teacher says, the charity you should do, the dana you should do in this lifetime as a Virgo is the dana of what? Service, healing services to people. For the more you do the service of healing to people, the more you become patient with people, it restores the balances of your life. That is the charity you must do, the charity of patience. With what? With people. The charity of patience, the charity of healing. Now, healing comes in different ways. Healing can also come with your words. Healing can also come with your gentle touch. Healing can also come with, doing things for, but do it with compassion and with what? With patience. For many Virgos, they do things, you will see a lot of Virgos, they will do so many things, like they are ready to put their hand into so many things and do for people, but inside they always grumble because there's impatience inside of them. There's always what? Impatience inside of them. So the ancient teacher says, this is what you did not do right in your past life. That is why you're born as in this sign. And this is what you need to start rectifying so that you can be better. If a man or a woman is born in the sign of Libra, what is Libra? Libra, when you see the sign of Libra, basically what you see is the sign of what? Justice, isn't it? The scale, sign of the scale. But what was it that you deprived people in your past life that made it that in this lifetime you are born in this sign? You were unfair in your business trades with people. You were what? Unfair in your business trades with people. You were biased in your judgment of people. You were biased and you were emotionally manipulative between equals. That is why in this lifetime you will see, they will say people that are Libras, they want attention. They want that public attention. But they don't know why that is happening. And because of this matures as what? Unstable relationship and moral paralysis in this lifetime. So when you see people that are Libra, you'll be like, they don't have morals. Or they are ready to, hang out with anybody, or it looks like they don't have morals. And they have unstable relationships. Why? Because what? They were biased in their judgment. They were unfair in business trades with people. And hence, to balance this, the charity you must do is to do what? Is to not be the indecisive. Because of all of these things, even many Libras are going to suffer from indecisiveness. They cannot choose what they want. So it will look as if Libras are always confused. Because in their past life, they were not balanced. They were unfair. They were not, they did not give good judgment to people. So the ancient says, to reconcile this, you must be truthful. Do not give biased judgment. Do not look at people from one angle. Because many people that are Libras, they naturally see people from one angle. Do not look at people from one angle, but look at people truly. And in this way, it will counteract what? Instability in relationship. It will counteract many of the unfairness, the dealings of unfairness. So deal with people with fairness in this lifetime. That is the charity you have to give to people. The charity of what? Fairness. Now, when a man is born in the sign of Scorpio, why are you born in the sign of Scorpio? What did you do? It is a misuse of occult power. People that are born in the sign of Scorpio, they misused occult power. And they use sex as a harm to people. They betrayed intimacy. Do you understand what I'm saying to you guys? Are you listening with intent, with attention? They betrayed what? Intimacy. And they were cruel in secret. They did cruel things to people in what? in secret. And that is why in this lifetime, the sufferings of people that are born as Scorpio are going to be more psychological torment. Do you understand what I mean by psychological torment? Mental torment. The punishment that people that are born as Scorpios will suffer are going to be what? Suffering of fear and psychological torment. And the ancient, this is the words of what? The God of death. The God of death is basically saying, hiding truth becomes the harm to people that are Scorpio. So sometimes you will see Scorpio, they just speak anyhow. You know, they just say it anyhow. They will not know how to truly contain it within themselves. And this becomes what people don't like about them. Because what? They misuse occult power, they misuse sexual energy, they use sex to create harm to people. And hence they will suffer a lot for what? From mental psychological torment. So in this lifetime, the charity that a Scorpio must do is the charity of what? Protection. The charity of confession. Always being truthful. That is the charity that a person that is born as a Scorpio must do in this lifetime. And the transformative of lessons, transformation of what? Lessons and knowledge. Not to corrupt whatever knowledge that is being given, but to be pure and truthful to the knowledge that is being given to them. For when they are not truthful and sincere to the knowledge that is being given to them, that now becomes a psychological, mental torment that they carry. To a person that is born as a Sagittarius, the God of death says a man or a woman that is born as a Sagittarius was a teacher in their past life. Many people that are born as that, they were teachers in their past life, but they misled students. Are you understanding my point? They did what? They misled students. And because they misled students, they sold salvation without understanding what is salvation. They were philosophers, but they spoke without practice. They just spoke empty. It's just like people that read book, not understanding what they are reading, but just going to start repeating it like a parrot. Are you understanding? They just go and start repeating it, like a parrot. And because they start repeating it like a parrot in this lifetime, many people that are Sagittarius, they will suffer a lot from loss of faith. Do you understand what I'm saying? They will suffer mentally from what? Loss of faith. And they will be like an exile, even in their own house. It will look as if they are on exile, mentally. Even though people are moving around them, but, they'll be like exile, and they will have a lot of meaningless wandering in this lifetime. Meaningless. And hence the ancient teachers, the God of death says, be truthful. Do not be a spiritual hypocrite. For this was what Sagittarius, people that are born in Sagittarius, this is what they did in their past life. A teacher that misled a person is a spiritual hypocrite. A teacher or a priest that sold salvation without knowing what is salvation is a hypocrite. So in this lifetime, be careful of this. For many people that are Sagittarius will also meet a lot of teachers in this lifetime, but many of the teachers, some of them will fall into wrong teachers. They will have so many ideas in their head that when you speak to them, they will sound brilliant, they will sound amazing, but they cannot stabilize themselves. So the charity that in a person that is born with what? With in a Sagittarius sign is the charity of what? Wisdom. Pilgrimage, true teaching, learning true teaching. Not teachings that is just mentally interesting, but teachings that touches the core of the soul. The core that strips lie, that strips the body away from lie, and truly just shows the body as it is, that just shows the existence as it is. In this way, they can come back to the true path of what? Of truth. For when they don't pay that charity, it becomes the punishment. To a man that is born in the sign of Capricorn, or a woman that is born in the sign of Capricorn, what did they do in their past life? They ignored community. They ignored the sufferings of people. Why are you born in the sign of Capricorn? You ignored the suffering of people. And because you ignored the sufferings of people, misusing collective resources, misusing the resources of people, and being intellectually detached, in this lifetime, it will mature as what? Alienation. A Capricorn will always feel alienated wherever they are. They will always feel that they don't belong. Are you understanding my point? They will always feel what? That they don't belong. And there will always be this sense of purposelessness. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? How do I do? There will always be this purposelessness. Because they did not pay attention to the suffering of people. They ignored the sufferings of people. And so the ancient teachers, the god of death, says that do not be indifferent to people in this lifetime. If you're born in the sign of Capricorn, you must not be what? Indifferent to people in this lifetime. Do not be indifferent to society. Do not do what? Do not give a subtle violence to people. And hence, the god of death says, give the charity of what? Of water to people. Give the charity of knowledge to people. Give the charity of communal upliftment to people. This becomes the paying off of your debts. For when you don't give the charity of water, don't be stingy with water to people. Give the charity of water, give the charity of knowledge, give the charity of communal upliftment. And you will see many people that are born in Capricorn, one thing or the other pushes them in this way, but they don't know why. They don't know why. But do service to people, but don't expect to be, to be given back something in return. Capricorn are ready to do services, but they always want something for what they are doing. If you can tolerate not wanting something, then that doing becomes the source of a purification for you. To a man or a woman that is born in the sign of, I spoke about Aquarius. That was Aquarius that I spoke about. To a man or a woman that is born in the sign of Capricorn. So previously it was Aquarius, please forgive me. Now, to the man or a woman that is born in the sign of Capricorn, what did they do in their past life that made them suffer? They burdened others. They put a lot of burden on other people. And that is why in this lifetime, one thing or the other will always put a lot of burden upon them. Whether it is their relationship, they will always see themselves taking the burden of the relationship. Whether it is their children, they will always see themselves taking the burden of the children. Because they put a lot of burden on people. They built their power on the suffering of other people. Are you understanding me? They built their what? their power on the suffering of other people and the downfall of people. And that is why in this lifetime, many people that are Capricorn, they will suffer from what? Extreme exhaustion. Chronic exhaustion. They will suffer from humiliation. One thing or the other will always bring humiliation to them. Are you understanding my point? They will suffer from what? Humiliation. Because the karma is ripened, heavily. So, what is being said in this lifetime is to do the charity of long-term responsibility and long-term support to people. For this, soften the grip of karma upon you. For when you are able to, the essence of doing charity is to soften the hands of time. The essence of doing charity is to do what? Soften the hand of time. But when you don't do it, the hand of time becomes extreme punishment. To a man that is born in the sign of Pisces, a person born in the sign of Pisces, what did they do in their past life that makes them to be born in the sign of Pisces? They ran away from responsibility in the name of spirituality. What did I say? They ran away from responsibility in the name of what? Spirituality. And they drowned clarity in intoxication. And that is why you will see in this lifetime, many people that are born as Pisces are always going to be in this internal confusion. They will always have this internal conflict and confusion going on inside of them. And they become easily addicted, they will have easy addiction, because addiction is like running away, trying to escape responsibility. So they will easily fall into some addiction in this lifetime. Many people that are born as Pisces. And they will suffer from what? Victimhood. Some calamity will come to them. I don't know, it can come in different forms, but they will suffer from some victimhood. And that is why in this lifetime, even though Pisces might be naturally interested towards spirituality, the God of Death says, ground yourself. Ground yourself. Meditation. Ground yourself. Meditation. Do action that heals, not action that is just gives applause. So you will see a lot of Pisces, they will have a lot of talent, but they cannot really do anything with the talent. Because they in their past life, they escaped responsibility. So in this lifetime, the God of Death is basically saying, do not run away from responsibility. Do not do what? Run away from responsibility. Do the charity of being responsible to people. For this becomes your stepping stone. Now, when we go, why this, some of you may be like, but why is this thing happening? Suffering is unromantic. Everyone that is born in a karma, in a particular horoscope, have to experience all of this, one thing or the other, they have to experience it. It is unromantic, but it is the ripened pain. It is the ripened seed that becomes a fruit of what was planted. And it cannot be skipped. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you cannot escape it. So the universe is not cruel. It is just you that is not paying attention to what it is telling you. The universe has never been cruel. It is not about rituals. It is about understanding what it is telling you, and you'll be able to see, okay. And that's why giving precisely is aimed at is aimed to uplift you, not to bring you down. For many of the sufferings that you are going to experience are because of the places you did not give properly in your past life. The places you gained from, but you did not return back. And that becomes the extreme punishment and the mental stress and the mental nervous disorders that everyone is going to experience. So suffering persists not because karma is harsh, but because the soul resists circulation. Your suffering persists not because your karma is harsh. No, it is because the soul resists what? Circulation. It resists to give back. So just as your parents, even if they don't want it, they have to give to you the breast milk. And even if you don't want it, you must also give the breast milk to a child. If you don't give it to a child, you will give it to somebody else that is going to be like a lover. You must give. That must happen. Whether you want it or you don't want it, that action must be given back. And that is why when you learn to give, you learn to soften the hands of what? Karma upon yourself. So you are not punished by the stars. You are punished by the seeds of your own actions. It is not the stars that is punishing you. Oh, I'm born in this horoscope, so yeah, I'm being punished by this horoscope. No, you are punished by the seeds of your own action. You are being educated by them. Because these are also the point where your highest lessons will be. You're being educated by them to learn. So dana is the moment you stop arguing with the lesson and begin to pass it forward. It also goes down. It also goes down into the different sicknesses that comes to you. Why do you have certain sicknesses? Why? Why does a woman, suffer from not having a child? Why does a man, even though he has a wife, he cannot have he cannot have descendants? Or why is it that other people's children are the ones that are brought to him and he becomes the father of other people's children? Or his wife, lied and gave him other people's children and he took care of other people's children, but he never knew that they are not even his own biological child. Why do you get cheated from people when you do business with people? Why? Why do people come to steal from you? Why do you get married to a certain husband that behave in a certain way or a certain wife that behave in a certain way to you? Why? All of these are where you have taken and taken and taken from people in your past life and you did not give back. Am I making sense to you? Are you understanding? So karma is not harsh on you. It is teaching you. It is basically showing you where you have been stingy in your past life. And the places you have been stingy in your past life are the places you feel you'll be extremely tormented in this lifetime. If you've been stingy in giving emotion to your spouse in your past life, in this lifetime, you will suffer extremely from getting married to a spouse that will not give you that emotion, not even give you the attention that you're there. Even though you may be beautiful, you may be handsome, you will just not get it. Irrespective of maybe one husband, two husbands, you will not just get it because that is where you've taken and taken and taken and taken and you have not repaid back. So now when we talk about the karmic anatomy of diseases, why do we have certain disease? Where does this disease come from? Many of us, one way or the other, we've suffered from some certain sicknesses. Or we know some certain people that are suffering from some certain sicknesses, some certain disease. Where did it come from? There is no disease that can exist if not connected to a planet. And also connected to a particular zodiac. For every zodiac that you are born in, there's also a sickness, a disease that is also associated. Why did it come? Where is it coming from? Actions plant seeds. Attitude waters it. Repetitions hardens it. And time ripens the seed. And the body just expresses it. Your body is just expressing the seed of what? The fruit of the seed that has been planted in your past life by your actions. So now when we look at it, what is digestive disorder? Many people have digestive disorder. wasting diseases, chronic hunger. No matter how much they eat, they cannot just get satisfied. So you call them gluttons, isn't it? Many of you know people that are gluttons. He just like to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. What kind of a stomach do you have? No matter what they eat, they cannot get satisfied. And guess what? They cannot also get fat. Some of them, when it is extreme, then they get extremely obese. Then they get extremely obese. Why? Because in their past life, they withhold food from people. They deny giving sustenance to people, and they exploit people, especially through food. For you must understand that every diseases you are going to have is always connected to you denying food to people, denying or exploiting people through food. So when you say I'm giving charity to people, so I'm giving food to people, the food, the charity of food I am giving to people and everything like that. Oh, you must be mindful. You must give it genuinely from your heart. Else that becomes what? A punishment, a sickness in the body. So, those who allowed others to starve while possessing surplus, those people that allowed other people to starve when they possess surplus. And because they possess surplus in this lifetime, they are going to suffer from what? Illnesses. That is related to what? Nourishment. Food will enter into their body, but it can never become strength. They will eat, but they cannot get strength. Even after eating. Food is supposed to give you a fuel, a strength. But when these people eat, no matter how much they eat, there cannot be strength in their body. They will always be weak. Their digestive system cannot digest the food. Have you seen people like that? Definitely you might have seen or you might have heard. That digestive system cannot, because what? It is mirroring how they extinguished other people's vitality. When people come to meet them in their past life, please, I'm hungry, I'm very hungry. Please, can you give me food? And they refuse to give food to people. And that is why in this lifetime, I always say to you, no matter what, do not deny people of food. Do not deny people of water. And do not deny people of knowledge. No matter what. For when you deny people of this, it becomes a sickness upon you in the next life. Because that is the charity you deny. So now it becomes the blockage of the flow of water. Now, to many people that are having abundance, it is because they did not do any of this. That is why they are having abundance in this life. But even though they have abundance, there will still be a point where there will still be a point in their life or some places in their life where there is a starvation. That place is where they were not so charitable enough in their past life. So that also becomes the charity that they need to give for the flow to continue. When a man, suffers from skin diseases, many people suffer from skin disease, eczema, ulcer, leprosy. Either it is ulcer of the stomach or ulcer of the body or leprosy. Have you seen sicknesses like that whereby the skin is rotting? Or the skin is filled with lot of scales and it is very itchy and it is very painful. You've seen it, no? I believe you've seen it. And when most often when what kind of a thing is this? Many people don't want to have that. But what did they do that brought that? The God of death says there is nothing that befalls the body of a human that is accidental. It is not because they were dirty. No. It's not because they did not live their body is not clean. No. But it just comes upon them. There is nothing that befalls the human body that is accidental, the ancient teacher says. And because it is not accidental, why did this happen to them? Because they stripped other people of honor. Are you understanding? They stripped other people of honor. They expose the weaknesses of others. There are certain people, they take delight in talking about the weaknesses of other people. They like to expose other people's weakness. See, this one, he says he's a teacher. What kind of a teacher is that? See what he's doing at the back. So they will think that they are standing for the society. But for every exposure that you did is also bringing a humiliation to somebody. Is it not? And because it is bringing a humiliation to somebody, it becomes the sickness that the individual in this lifetime have to pass through. And what greater sickness is that? Does a person that have leprosy has honor? Please tell me. A person, what makes the body to have honor? The beauty of the body, isn't it? But when the body is deprived of what makes it beautiful, does people easily want to relate with such a person? No. And that is why I said to you, do not find fault in anybody. I've said it many times to you guys. Do not do what? Find fault in anybody. Do not criticize anybody, whether they are giving false teaching or they are giving good teaching. Keep your mouth. You know the truth for yourself. Adjust yourself intellectually. Protect the people that is closer to you, but do not say, oh, I want to be the whistleblower. Ooh, let me blow the secret of this person. Whatever it is that a man does in secret, the universe will naturally reveal it to the surface. But if you start saying, I want to carry it on myself and defend and stuff, it will come for whatever seed of humiliation you plant for another person, whether the person is doing good or doing bad. Yes, the individual is the instrument, but for whatever seed of humiliation you planted for others, it is going to come back again. An ulcer, whether it is peptic ulcer, it is stomach ulcer, it is body ulcer, it is breast ulcer, whatever ulcer, leprosy becomes part of it because you have stripped others of honor. You've exposed their weaknesses and enjoyed the disgrace of other people. So when you see people suffering and you see some negative thing happening to people, do not laugh. Many of us, when we hear, oh, do you know what this person did? If we're not in favor with that person, we start laughing at the calamity of other people, at the humiliation of other people. Do not laugh at the humiliation of another person. Well, I hope what I'm saying is really entering into your medulla oblongata and it's shedding light into the dark nimbus of the mind. Do not laugh at what the humiliation of other people. Whether the person is a thief and he was caught and he's been paraded. Yeah, they have caught him. Yeah. Don't laugh. Don't take delight in the suffering of another man. Do not. For when you take delight in the suffering of another man, the sickness it will come back as a sickness. Do you understand? So when a man has respiratory illnesses, respiratory illness like asthma, they suffocate. I know many of you may know somebody that has asthma. Many of you may know people that have, that suffocates and because of this asthma, they are unhappy, they are suffocating, things is you get the gist. What did they do that made them to have that? The ancient teacher says, these people, the root of why they are having this is because they silence other people. They silenced other people's voice. They denied freedom to other people. They created fear in others. And they emotionally strangulate people. Do you know what is emotional strangulation? There is the body strangulation, but there is emotional strangulation. They emotionally strangulate people.
They denied, they want to be controlling people like, you must stay where I want to see you. You must not go. If you are saying you should be here, you must stay here. They denied people's freedom and they silenced the voice of people. Because they did that in this lifetime, breathing becomes a punishment. You see how karma is very thick. And this is written this is being spoken by the God of death. For when you really look at it, then you're like, okay, all right. Oh, so, because there is nothing that is happening that is just random. Nothing happens just like on its own. It is all something it is a reaction to something. And this, the ancient teacher says. So to avoid this, do not intimidate people. When a man intimidates a person, the person feels choked up. They are not able to speak. Do not intimidate people. For when you do this, the punishment is heavy. It becomes the disease that comes on person. So the charity to be done is a charity of truth and create a safe space for people. This, when we start creating safe space for people, it restores the breathing pattern. What is the sickness that is related to nervous disorder? Many people have nervous disorder. PTSD, PSD, post-traumatic stress, OCDs, all the nervous disorders, chronic disorder, because nervous disorder, it falls into all the disorders, What did they do that is making them to have that? Anxiety, insomnia, madness. What did they do that made them to have this? Deception. They were deceptive of people. They manipulated people in their past life. And because they manipulated people, they gave chronic falsehood to people and they gave mental cruelty to people. In this lifetime, that becomes also the sicknesses that they are going to experience. It becomes the sickness that they will experience in this lifetime. People that suffer from paralysis, crippling illnesses, loss of mobility. They are not able to walk. Something happened and they are paralyzed. Whether they are paralyzed on the hand, they are paralyzed on the leg, or mouth paralysis, leg, whatever paralysis. Crippling paralysis. What did they do? They prevented the progress of other people in their past life. They prevented what? The progress of other people in their past life. Exploitation of labor and deliberate obstruction. And in this lifetime also, you will see it. You will see it also in this lifetime. I don't want anybody to pass here, so I'm gonna block this road. Nobody pass here. It's very rampant in Nigeria or in Africa. It's also the same thing. It's also there. You see it also in some other countries also, but it's already very rampant. Because we want to create this dominance. No, this is nobody pass here. Exploitation of people, preventing other people's progress. If I am not progressing, nobody progress. It becomes the source of what? Crippling paralysis. Because now tell me, what happens when a man is paralyzed? Can he do any progress? Can he walk? Can he do anything? He's just stuck in one place. Even though he tries to find his own way, but still he has to not depend on other people to be able to be mobile. And my advice to each and every one of you is do not obstruct any man's progress. Support people, but do not obstruct their progress. Support according to your means, but do not do what? Obstruct any man's progress. Why is it that women or men have what is called reproductive disorder? Problems relating to the reproductive system. Problem relating to miscarriage. problem relating to, pregnancies not staying, or, the womb not being good enough for pregnancy to stay. Now, everything I'm going to be saying to you, while it may be harsh, while it may be shocking, but it is for you to understand. For you to understand that karma is not about who is clean or who is not clean. It's more about the check and balance of what you've done. So why does a man or a woman have reproductive disorder, problem with their genitals, problem with, you understand what I mean by that? Miscarriage, problem relating to sex, sexual illnesses. Why? Whether it is AIDS, it is STD, whatever it is. What did they do? Because they exploited people sexually in their past life. Sexual exploitation, betrayal of trust, and the misuse of intimacy. Do you understand what I mean by that? The misuse of what? Intimacy. And hence the ancient teacher says, when this is violated, it becomes a sickness that comes upon the individual's body. When it is violated. And that is why you will see that the ancient ancestors and the ancient people always say a woman should be chaste, a man should be chaste, be chaste. Why? Because when you exploit this, we don't know, but when you do this, it becomes the sickness that comes around and start doing what? Tormenting. And hence, accountability of intimacy, ethically, morally, is the only medicine. Accountability. Being accountable, okay, being accountable is the only medicine. For when this is not done, it becomes a problem. Problems relating to heart disease, blood disorder, whether it is hormonal or not hormonal, in a man or in a woman, heart diseases, blood diseases, it can be blood cancer, whatever it is. What did the individual do in the past life that brought this disease? The ancient teacher says betrayal. Betrayal. Because what does the heart respond to? The heart responds to a signature. Why is it that when you see somebody, instantly by seeing the person, your heart skip, boom, your blood, when you just see the person and you guys, there's a eye contact with the person, something just poop, inside of your heart. Why? Your blood races either more or something, but you start feeling something. Why? There's a reason. There's nobody that you are seeing that you've not seen before. But for everybody that you are seeing, there is also a deposit of something that you've done to that person, or that person has done to you. When it is strong, then you meet the person, the action become very visible. When it is not so strong or not yet matured, you will see the person, but nothing is going to happen. But for everybody that you are seeing, whether it is America, it is white, it is German, everybody that you're seeing are people you have something with. And most often, these things that we have with them is not yet matured. The karma is not yet mature. Sometimes it becomes matured in the next 2 lives, in the next 3 lives. But you are seeing them because the seed is there. So no one you see is a coincidence. No one. So blood disease, heart-related disease, blood disorders are as a result of what? Betrayal, ingratitude, emotional cruelty, and abuse of loyalty. So do not betray people. If you've given your word, keep to your word. Do not betray the trust of people. Do not be cruel with people. Do not emotionally starve people. For this is what the ancient teacher says. A cold-hearted does not have, does not mean it is symbolic, but it is a guidance. It's a guidance. And when you follow the guide, you'll be okay. But when you don't follow it, it becomes a problem. Imagine having hormonal issues. Imagine having blood disorder. There's so many women that suffer from chronic blood disorder that practically for 6 months, 1 year, blood is just coming out of their body. There's so many men that They are very hyperattentive. You know, there are men that died from, you know, heart disorder. Betrayal. Betrayal. Because betrayal, when you betray somebody, it's like a shock. It's like a shock. When the person that has been betrayed, this person betrayed me, it's like a shock. So that shock becomes a karmic resonance, a karmic signature, a karmic rhythm that follows the individual. Long, incurable diseases, unnamed sicknesses are based on what? Accumulated neglect. Small harms that are done repeatedly without remorse. Small harms that are done what? Repeatedly. It can also be the harms of animals, harms of pets, harms of, you know, children. It's those ones that you do repeatedly without regret or without remorse. Becomes what? Long, incurable diseases. So you see, all of these are basically guidelines telling you the 4 precepts to be a proper human being is 1, dharma, dana, daya. Duty, charity, and what? Compassion. When you fail in these 3 precepts, life becomes miserable. The individual becomes lost, becomes tormented by so many things. Am I making sense to you guys? Now, I know that I've taken too much time, so let me stop here so we can discuss. Okay? Thank you very much. Ciao.